2 in terms of moving on to the next round. A look at the pitch conditions tonight, a comfortable 68 degrees. Chance of rain tonight, but it should be overall a pretty good night here at this beautiful stadium just north of the capital city of Costa Rica. So this Saprissa side and Santa Lucia, Catsumalguapa come into this second leg, and they are just about ready to take the pitch here tonight. And we'll take a look at the bracket, and these two sides are trying to move on to face Comunicaciones. Will it be an all Guatemalan quarterfinal, or will Saprissa move on to the quarterfinals for the third straight season? This is their third appearance in CONCACAF League. They have made it to the final both of those previous times. And of course, Guastatoya awaits already in the semi-final. So we are at the top portion of this bracket here tonight, and it should be an exciting matchup if Santa Lucia especially can find that opening goal tonight. So the teams await in the tunnel. Saprissa, their home leg. And we'll see now going back to that first leg at Estadio Doroteo Guamuch Flores in the capital city of Guatemala, the Santa Lucia side in their first ever CONCACAF League. They got through Metropolitana Puerto Rico in the preliminary round, and then come the round of 16, they would be facing some stiffer competition, and right here, a well-worked goal to open the scoring there in the 19th minute. Christian Bolaños, the 37-year-old, able to just get that past Luis Moran in goal. And that opened the scoring. It gave Saprissa a crucial away goal. Then just before halftime, Kendall Waston, the big center back, finds himself in an attacking position. He's kept on side by Marlon Siquén. And that makes it 2-0 on the night. Now, Santa Lucia would have some chances of their own, but they would not be able to beat Aaron Cruz on the night, the experienced netminder for this Saprissa side. Another big save coming from Luis Moran, just off the chest of the attacking player. Santa Lucia again would have another opportunity, and the header just glancing wide. Took another deflection off a Santa Lucia teammate. Looked like that was Isaac Acuna. And so on the night, it finishes 2-0 to Saprissa, and they have those two crucial away goals coming in to this second leg. So the team's now taking to the field, and this should be an exciting matchup here tonight. Santa Lucia, can they make some history or keep making history their first time in this competition? If they can move on, it would be an all Guatemalan quarterfinal against Comunicaciones, and that would mean a lot for this Guatemalan domestic league, that they've struggled in these competitions before. They're trying to make a name for themselves, and to beat another Costa Rican side after Guastatoya took down Alajuelense the other night, that would mean a lot for the country. So we'll step aside. We are building up to first kick. It's Saprissa, it's Santa Lucia. It's the second leg, round of 16 here from Costa Rica. Deportivo Saprissa, here just north of San Jose, Costa Rica. Saprissa's home leg in this round of 16 tie. And after getting 2 away goals, they have the advantage coming in to this second leg here at home. And this has been a side that has dominated in this competition in years past. Their 3rd appearance, they've been to the final twice. They lost out to Alajuelense a year ago. They were able to take down Motagua in the 2019 final. On the Santa Lucia side, new to this competition, as we take a look at the captains, Mariano Torres of Saprissa, Jonathan Velasquez of FC Santa Lucia, Katsu Malguapa, and tonight's referees from the United States, Rubiel Vasquez, will be the man in the middle. So a look at the lineups tonight, and we'll start with the home side and Saprissa. Mauricio Wright, it's just one change. It's Marvin Angulo coming in for Jalen Haddon, who moves to the bench tonight. And there will be some firepower, of course, with Jimmy Marine leading the line tonight for Saprissa. And some very experienced names in this lineup, one of the more experienced sides in this competition. On the other side for Santa Lucia, Katsu Malguapa, Mario Acevedo. 4 changes on the night, including in goal, as Luis Moran not in the 18. He had made the previous 3 appearances so far in CONCACAF League this season. Victor Guay, Charles Martinez, Minor Pop, all on the bench tonight. So some new names will be in the lineup tonight for Santa Lucia. It's Eden Valiente, making just his 6th appearance for the club in his 3rd season with Santa Lucia. So how will this relatively new side to this competition fare in really their first big away match? They went to Metropolitan in Puerto Rico. They were able to win that one 2-1. They did give up the first goal, however, in that one, but Santa Lucia, they will need to lock down defensively and find something going into the attack tonight as they trail 2-0 on aggregate coming into tonight. And there's the whistle. We are underway from Estadio Ricardo Saprissa. It's Santa Lucia in yellow and blue, and it's Saprissa in all maroon. We'll see if this Santa Lucia side can come out on the front foot. There was an ambitious effort from distance coming from the captain, 27-year-old Jonathan Velasquez. Now, he had come off the bench in the last 3 matches, Velasquez, and he had the most minutes off the bench in CONCACAF League with 127, but he does get to start tonight for the first time in CONCACAF League, and it's Mario Acevedo just trying to maybe shake things up a little bit. And we'll see how the Santa Lucia side can fare. And there's a giveaway, and this is not a good sign early on for Santa Lucia, but Eden Valiente able to slide in and scoop that up. And Orlando Sinclair knows he missed a big opportunity, and already, not even a minute in, it's Valiente who was needing some injury assistance here. It was just that heavy first touch.
That's what I thought.
He left that right foot in maybe just a bit too long. All the hard work there was done by Marvin Angulo. That is not a good sign for Santa Lucia, both in defense, and now the focus turning to their goalkeeper.
Sorry, foul. It's a foul, so it makes no difference. They get the ball.
Another look at it here. Maybe just had his hand stepped on. There was contact there. Goalkeeper on the bench is Elder Hernandez, the 26-year-old. He's yet to make an appearance, though, with Santa Lucia in his 2 seasons with the club. Angulo able to get this out wide, and here comes Saprissa into the attack. Sinclair, that point man up top. A young 23-year-old who spent the last couple of seasons in the United States. Here's Bolaños. He was brought down, free kick. Diego Ruiz committing the foul, and now it'll be the captain, Mariano Torres, who stands over this free kick. Rubio Vasquez, referee, just organizing everybody. And now complaints that the wall has moved too close within the 10 yards. It looks like now we're all ready to go. Torres will whip this one in. Bouncing through, falls for Waston on the turn. He lost his footing, and it was cleared away. As you'd expect, Saprissa on the front foot. Although the first shot of the night did go to Santa Lucia, nothing was really testing Aaron Cruz. Nervy back pass, Cruz. Able to slide in and get this one clear. And nearly turned into an attack, and now a handball will stop play. Afrey Akute. Long diagonal. Bolaños shaping this cross and putting it out of play. Well, Kendall Waston, in talking with the media this week, prior to this match tonight, said he's really not overlooking what happened to Alajuelense against Guastatoya. He called it a bit of an eye-opener that even though Alajuelense went in with an advantage, nothing is for certain in these types of competition. And he knows that this Santa Lucia side will come out with all they have, trying to reverse what happened in the home first leg. But this, a good ball to find space, and the shot not testing Valiente in goal. As for Mauricio Wright, the head man of this Saprissa side, he didn't really want to get into that, but he did echo some of the comments that Kendall Waston talked about, and said, we are not going to overlook this Santa Lucia side going out to win the game. Didn't really want to comment on other Costa Rican sides, but it has been around the press and the media this week in Costa Rica, with Alajuelense, the reigning champions, bowing out of this competition. And you have to look now at the bigger picture for this Saprissa side in this 2021 CONCACAF League, with Alajuelense now bowing out after a couple of nights ago. The likes of Olympia, they are not in this competition anymore either. I think there could be a really good chance for the Saprissa side to find some form and get back to the final like they have the last 2 years, and maybe lift the trophy at the end like they did in 2019. I think Motagua might have something to say about that, though, as they play in the second of the doubleheader tonight across the CONCACAF region. Sequen plays this ahead. It's Acuna. Aubrey David sliding in to block it out of play. Corner kick for Santa Lucia. And a good start for the away side here, trying to get out on the counter attack. And Mario Acevedo knows it will not be an easy task tonight for his side. As we showed you in the highlights, there were chances in that first leg. Of course, now coming on the road makes it a bit more difficult. Let's see what they have here tonight. Cunha maybe the target man. He has 2 goals in this competition. Nobody in the 6-yard box to test Aaron Cruz, who makes a straightforward catch. Picked up by Siken. Pressure on Ruiz. Quick pass to find space for Rivas. He'll cross this in. Good ball in! But just headed away at the last moment. Looks like the last touch did go off of Saprissa, so a throw in for Santa Lucia. The shape on this cross, absolutely wonderful. And just glancing off the head of William Amaya. Makes just his, pardon me, that Ricardo Blanco for Saprissa. Another cross coming in. Acuna blocked down by Waston. Oh, good early signs from the Guatemalan side. You know, they have to be playing with confidence for what they've seen from their Guatemalan counterparts this week. Gonna slip this in behind. Rivas ends up committing the foul on Christian Bolaños. Another good attack there from Santa Lucia. Bolaños nearly had himself in a tough position there, but did well defensively to earn the free kick. Remember, it's 2-0 on aggregate to Saprissa coming into tonight, which means the only way we get penalties is if Santa Lucia win 2-0 tonight. Otherwise, it will be decided in 90 minutes. Here's Siken. Edwin Rivas. He moved around this back line. Here's Amaya. Nearly intercepted. Osorio. Siken trying to drive forward. You can see that pressure from Saprissa, and it pays off here with the turnover. A big challenge, sliding in just to knock that out of play. Kenner Lemus. David Guzman. Heavy first touch, and he gets it right back. And Jimmy Marine, 6 goals in 9 league appearances so far for Jimmy Marine, number 80 in maroon. Let's clip forward, headed along, nobody in the box. As Valiente can collect. There's a turnover that hits the referee, which will stop play. They'll bring it back. This Saprissa side, 6-4-3 overall in domestic league play. That's in 2nd place behind Herediano. They will actually be playing at this weekend. They're unbeaten in their last 3 overall, including a 3-0 win over the weekend against Perez Zeledon. Cross comes in, the header is down and in! A great start for Saprissa. Orlando Sinclair gets a crucial goal for the home side. They now lead 3-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night, and the bright start for Santa Lucia is wiped away by the opener from Saprissa. Time and space on the ball on the far side. Sinclair just able to slide in behind the 2 defenders. Jimmy Marine, when he's not scoring goals, he's assisting them. And Orlando Sinclair popping in at the right moment. Just a glancing header. Had to just help that along towards the back post. He did exactly that. May have come off his shoulder. He doesn't care. It's 1-0 to Saprissa. So a 12th minute goal. And that ends the threat of a potential penalty kick shootout tonight. And will be decided in this 90 minutes, but Santa Lucia will now have to score 3 goals. They did score 3 against Metropolitan in the first leg preliminary round, but this, a completely different monster. Turnover here in this attacking third for Santa Lucia. Pass off the mark. Bolaños collects for Saprissa and starts the attack. And all this room afforded to Angulo. Slips it ahead. It's Sinclair wide. Might have lost his footing there as he went to take the shot. His plant foot slipped. The shot goes wide and it stays at 1-0. Angulo surveying his options, looking to the left and the right. Picked out the perfect pass. Sinclair not able to find the finish. Sinclair's in his 3rd season overall with Saprissa, but spent the last 2 years playing in the United States. In the 2nd division, the USL Championship with Loudoun United. And then a year ago, in New England with New England Revolution 2 in the 3rd division USL League 1. They scored 2 goals so far back in Costa Rica to start this domestic season and gets his first CONCACAF League goal tonight. Marine with the return ball. If you think the goals are going to stop, history doesn't really say that for this Saprissa side. The best goal average in CONCACAF League history, with just over 2 goals a game scored in this competition. But of course, they're without the services now of Johan Venegas, who is no longer participating in this competition. Ball all the way to the back post. That's an easy finish. It's Christian Bolaños to double the advantage for Saprissa. They do it inside of a quarter of an hour in this 2nd leg, and they are extending themselves away from Santa Lucia. 2-0 on the night, 4-0 on aggregate, and Bolaños gets his 2nd goal in this round of 16. And you speak it right into existence as they just continue to score goals in this competition. Bolaños, that's one of the easiest finishes he will have. And for Jimmy Marine, that is now 2 assists on 2 perfect balls into the area. A great start for the home side tonight. Santa Lucia completely stretched there. They tried to get forward, getting something going into their attacking third. Maybe just not meant to be on this night. It's a long way to go, of course, but we said it would be an uphill battle for the Santa Lucia side, and it's turning into just that. And Saprissa, they've never been in the CONCACAF League penalty kick shootout. That will continue for at least 1 more round. Cespedes will throw this in. Sinclair tries to help it along. De Leon. And a hold the ball up here. Eventually comes into the middle, and Siken has space. He'll find more of it down the right flank. Ekute shaping this cross in, the header down and in! Santa Lucia score! It's an away goal and maybe just a glimmer of hope for the Guatemalan side. It's the number 10, the captain, Jonathan Velasquez. Just the ball played into space. Ekute able to get the cross away. There were 2 yellow shirts at the back post. The defender could only take one of them. And Ekute with the perfect delivery. And Velasquez with an equally as perfect header. Just able to beat Cruz, who was scrambling across the goal mouth. And the goals are flying here early on. And we came into the night 2-0 on aggregate to Saprissa. It is now 4-1 to Saprissa after the flurry of goals in this opening 18 minutes. Ball played down the left. Another cross comes in. This deflected out of play. It'll be a corner kick for the home side. Will be Marvin Angulo. Here it comes. The in-swinger is pushed over the bar. Nearly an Olympico there, if not for Valiente. And Angulo will have a second chance. Another in-swinger, similar ball, and Waston, he won the header. It was almost too close, as there was too much upward trajectory on the header. And it's out of play. Have a look at it here. Just glancing off the top of his head, maybe a bit too high up on his forehead. Cunha able to keep it. Pressure for Ekute, but earns a throw-in. Turnover in the middle, Guzman gives it right back. If you're Santa Lucia, that goal you score has to give you some confidence. The only downside is you need at least 3 more. At a certain point, if Santa Lucia are able to score 1 or even 2 more, you'd think that they'd really put in more defensive reinforcements at that point. That would make it even more difficult for Santa Lucia. The battle is no doubt a steep one in these final 70 minutes. Angulo. Ball played long over the top. Marine moves it up. Cross deflected down. Marine again. It's Guzman, pushed aside. And Valiente called into action once more. A curler on the left foot of David Guzman. So much experience in those legs, the 31-year-old. And now Mariano Torres, the captain, for another Saprissa corner. And he'll do it again. Again, Torres, more depth on this. Bouncing around. And the referee deems a handball. A free kick back to Santa Lucia. Waston so dangerous on those set pieces as he scored one in the first leg. And it did bounce up off the hand of Guzman. Good eye by Rubiel Vasquez. This is usually a competition dominated by Honduras and Costa Rican's teams. But just looking at the bracket, it's shaping up to be a bit different this year, as if Motagua is able to get by Universitario, it will be an all Honduran quarterfinal as they take on Marathon. Of course, Santos was able to get by Plaza Amador, and they will take on Forge of Canada. Guastatoya already through to the semifinals, and Comunicaciones was able to get by Alianza of El Salvador, as this is jarred free. Velasquez and David to clear. Played in behind again. Options in the middle. Marine making the run. This deflecting wide. Orlando Sinclair wanting to take it on his own. Had some options. Decided to go for glory himself. And deflection nearly caromed into the net anyway. And now another corner kick for Saprissa. They're starting to mount in this first half. And again, not able to get it by the first man. Sinclair applying pressure, and it does force a giveaway. Torres knocks it into space and wins a throw-in. Guzman picks this up. The shot not quite clean enough. Again, Angulo for Blanco. Dispossessed, goal kick. Things have slowed down just a bit from the opening flurry of goals in the opening 18 minutes. Again, Guzman and sure as much as Saprissa wants to hold on to this advantage and just try to lock things up, maybe be a bit more pragmatic in their play, I'm sure this is a good opportunity for Mauricio Wright to get some other players opportunities to get into the lineup as this match continues, but also wanting to keep that form and be in tip-top shape going into their weekend matchup with Herediano in the league. And this will be a yellow card for Orlando Sinclair as he stopped play. So Sinclair into the book. Santa Lucia look forward through Siken. Trying to break the lines. They'll find space on the right. And pressure from Saprissa, so difficult, but now a free kick. And Gulo was battling for that loose ball with Mafre Ekute. Marlon Siken putting the ball down for this set piece. And Santa Lucia pull another one back. Siken, too far for everybody. Man, out of play, nothing doing. Saprissa looked to play out of the back and through a bit of Santa Lucia pressure. And there's the turnover. Acuna heads it out wide. Another cross comes in, too much on it. Not quite able to wrap his foot around that cross was Ekute. And Mario Acevedo straight to his tactics board or writing down some sort of note. Another look at the goals. Sinclair, the first one. And this, one of the easier finishes that Christian Bolaños will ever have. And then Santa Lucia, they get one of their own. That was through the captain, Jonathan Velasquez. There are some options on the bench tonight for Santa Lucia. The 4 changes from the first leg for Mario Acevedo. Quick passing here as Saprissa look into the attack again. Marine, another cross, this one for goal, and out of play. Gulo kind of had his eyes set on that top right corner. Looks like an injured player here. Mario Acevedo, coach of Santa Lucia, the Nicaraguan, trying to get his side off to the next round. Uphill battle from here. It looks like the 2 players just colliding there. For Santa Lucia, friendly fire between William Amaya and Kenur Lemos. Lemos, who has come out second best in that collision. to see him back on his feet and walking off under his own power. Substitute starting to warm up for Santa Lucia, and that was Minor Pop. Also came off the bench in the first leg of the preliminary round against Metropolitan. Here's Edwin Rivas. Cunha putting pressure on David. No nonsense from the Trinidadian as he puts it out of play. De Leon able to stick his foot in and win it back. And now Marlon Sequen will take this from distance. It's blocked down. De Leon again. Back for Sequen, who's really controlling things in the midfield for Santa Lucia in possession. Ikute curls this in. Acuna was waiting. And it's out for a corner kick as Aubrey David now is down.
Convencido, convencido, Santa, convencido, dale, dale. Arriba, arriba, arriba.
David back up on his feet. It'll be an in-swinger from the far corner flag. Velasquez plays it short. Now he gets it back. Shaping this cross in. Header to clear it away. And Saprissa nearly out on the counterattack. Santa Lucia might be a bit fortunate there. Bolaños tried for the back heel flick and just behind his intended target. Cespedes. And another throw in for Saprissa. Velasquez out wide for De Leon. Angulo trying to pick out Marine. De Leon just got on the right side of Marine to clear that away. Rivas tries to come centrally. David steps up. This game's starting to get very open. Marine showing his skill. Marine, and it's saved. It's going to be a tough shot from that sort of angle. He was turning yellow shirts inside and out. Valiente will knock this downfield. No doubt Saprissa has slowed things down in the latter part of this first half. The 4-1 aggregate advantage. No need for them to really do anything too crazy here. Torres coming forward, and Valiente, another big save. He was taking on all himself, the captain. Got it on that favorite left foot. Another look at that last chance from Marin. Nothing too much to test. Eden Valiente. It's another corner kick for Saprissa and Mariano Torres. Valiente able to push this away. Clearance out to midfield. Diagonal ball into space and out for a goal kick. There's a giveaway. Here comes Saprissa, curling shot. That is wide, didn't curl enough. It's Edwin Rivas trying to break the lines here. Rivas under pressure. Final 5 minutes before halftime. All the scoring coming in the opening 18 minutes. It's a foul behind the play, free kick. Sinclair already on a yellow card, has to be careful. Bit of a clumsy challenge, already on a yellow. It will not be a yellow card from the American referee. Oh, look at the last shot there by Saprissa. I think Mauricio Wright wanting an extra pass in that situation. Played through, and David has to put a touch on this with Acuna. That'll set up another free kick for Saprissa. Going back to the other night with Alajuelense bowing out to Guastatoya, the Costa Rican press calling it a fracaso menudo, a big failure. That Alajuelense was not able to advance through. They had the home field advantage in that second leg, but here comes Saprissa again. Torres, Bolaños. Bolaños gets the cross in, immediately headed away and out for a throw-in. Sinclair on the turn. Coming in just in time was William Amaya. We talked about all those lineup changes for Santa Lucia, also without Tales, the 30-year-old Brazilian, who was suspended for yellow card accumulation. It's a big loss for this back line of Santa Lucia. Torres, the service again. I don't think Bolaños was ready for that. An appeal for handball and a penalty. The referee points to the spot. You can see the motion the referee's making. Well, Bolaños wasn't ready for the initial ball in. We'll take a look at this again. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Santa Lucia. A hand up near the shoulder area, away from his body, and nothing that Diego Ruiz could do. So will be the captain. Mariano Torres has 4 goals in 23 previous CONCACAF club competition appearances. And the captain will step to the spot to try to extend Saprissa's advantage. Eden Valiente trying to keep this at 2-1 just before halftime. It's Mariano Torres sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Saprissa extends its advantage and surely booking a spot in the quarterfinal stage. 3-1 on the night, 5-1 on aggregate. And they are looking like the superior side on the field tonight. A well-taken penalty. Cool, calm, and collected. Mariano Torres, almost no reaction. And now Saprissa just trying to finish out this very professional performance as it's been thus far. And 2 minutes of stoppage time is put up by Ekaterina Koroleva, tonight's 4th official. Before we get to halftime, it's a corner kick coming. Cross, it's blocked down and out of play. Again, it will be Velasquez. Shaping this in. Acuna scores! Just able to beat Aaron Cruz at his near post. And Santa Lucia not saying die yet. It's 3-2 before halftime. Ball bouncing through. David couldn't clear it. 1 touch off the chest. Cruz couldn't quite get across in time. That was power and precision by big Isaac Acuna, the 31-year-old Mexican. His 3rd goal in CONCACAF League. And Santa Lucia not quite out of it yet. It's now 5-2 on aggregate to Saprissa. Still the glimmer of hope there. Still a long way to go, however. And we have reached halftime here in Costa Rica. If you like goals, you probably like that first 45 minutes. A flurry of them in the opening 18 minutes. A couple more just before the halftime whistle. And as we head into halftime, Saprissa still well in control of 5-2 on aggregate. But on the night, it's Saprissa 3. It's Santa Lucia 2 at halftime. First half highlights from Estadio Ricardo Saprissa here in San Jose, Costa Rica. Second leg of this round of 16. Saprissa and Santa Lucia. It was 2-0 on the night. Coming in on aggregate to the Costa Rican side. And once things kicked off, the goals, they started pouring in on both sides, and it nearly came in the opening few minutes. Orlando Sinclair, a heavy touch, but he would get his moment just a few minutes later, colliding there with Eden Valiente, who has done a decent job in goal tonight. This, not able to keep it out. Good cross in from the left side. Orlando Sinclair able to put it in the back of the net and give Saprissa the 1-0 advantage on the night. It moved it to 3-0 on aggregate. Just a little flick, able to send it by Valiente. And Jimmy Marine, he has been dangerous on the ball tonight and does it again on the Sinclair goal. Then out in transition once more, Sinclair just wide. A great opportunity to double his total on the night and double Saprissa's total. They would get their moment though a few minutes later. Look at that ball in an easy finish for Christian Bolaños at the back post to make it 2-0 on the night and 4-0 on aggregate. Sizing up the defender, bit of a hesitation. Got the defender leaning back just enough. Gulo gets the hockey assist. Jimmy Marine will get the assist, and Bolaños the goal. And that was to make it 2-0 on the night. From there, you felt like Saprissa could pretty much coast to the finish line, but not so fast from Santa Lucia. There's Akute sending this into the back post, and the header down and in from Jonathan Velasquez. A transitional moment there for Santa Lucia. And they pull one back on the night to make it 2-1. Of course, the aggregate scoreline got away from them early in this one, as it's 4-1 on aggregate at this point. That's still something to celebrate for the Guatemalan side, and I'm sure Velasquez enjoying that one. Then back the other way, more chances would come. Guzman forcing another save out of Eden Valiente. And then Saprissa coming into the attack again. Valiente once more having to push this away. Unfortunate here with the handball. The referee points to the spot, pretty easy decision. Had a good angle at it, he spotted it. As you'll see here, arm away from the body, hand to ball. Torres steps up, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And that's the third goal on the night for Saprissa. It was 5-1 on aggregate at this point, the first goal of this CONCACAF League for Mariano Torres, Saprissa's captain. And then just before halftime, one more would be pulled back by Santa Lucia on the corner kick. Isaac Acuna just waiting at the back post. Good first touch off the chest. After this bounces all the way through, missed by Aubrey David. So on the night, we are at halftime. It is 3-2 in favor of Saprissa, but Santa Lucia hanging right in there, at least in this second leg. The aggregate scoreline may not be in their favor, but they are making this one an exciting match overall. And the referee would bring us to the halftime break. So 3-2 on the night. It's 5-2 overall on aggregate as we are midway through this second leg, round of 16 of the 2021 Scotiabank Concacaf League. And a look at the halftime stats. Plenty of fouls in this one. Pretty physical match. Saprissa, though, with 59% of the ball. And the shots also in favor of the home side, but Santa Lucia hanging in there in this second leg. We'll see what the second half brings. It's Saprissa 3, Santa Lucia 2.
Seconds, Cuba, 90 seconds.
Vamos, Coli, vamos, lleno. Dale, vamos, muchachos, dale.
Welcome back to the second half here from Estadio Ricardo Saprissa. Second leg of the round of 16. As Saprissa is taking on Santa Lucia Catzumalguapa of Guatemala. The Saprissa side came in with a 2-0 aggregate advantage tonight. They've since extended that out to a 5-2 advantage, which means we had plenty of goals in that first 45 minutes. 3-2 on the night to the home side. And a couple of subs to tell you about. First for Saprissa, Jalen Haddon and Daniel Colindres have both come on. For Santa Lucia, Charles Martinez has entered for the Guatemalan side. And we'll see what this second half brings as they're a crazy comeback in the cards for Santa Lucia, or will Saprissa, as the now potential prohibitive tournament favorites, see this one out and advance on to the quarterfinals? 45 minutes to find out. And as we get this second half underway, it's 5-2 on aggregate to Saprissa. And already a sliding challenge and a foul will set up a free kick as Torres was fouled. Torres awaiting the service. Now he'll go. They scored on a similar set piece in the first leg. Waston scored that goal. This one has to be headed out of play. So corner kick now coming for Saprissa. Here's the in-swinger towards Waston. It never got to him. Acuna able to head it away. Long cross coming now. Santa Lucia able to knock this clear. And with Charles Martinez coming on for Santa Lucia, a much more attacking threat with Santa Lucia's number 9 now on the field. Ikute curling in. The header is out of play. It was just behind the aforementioned Martinez. A good early chance since coming on at halftime. The 27-year-old Venezuelan, who has scored 3 goals so far in 10 appearances in league play. Nice little footwork there to find the space from Velasquez, but all for naught as it's immediately turned over. Colindres all the way into the corner now. 3 yellow jerseys over there. Santa Lucia want to go quick. There will be a sense of urgency, as you'd expect from the Guatemalan side in this second half. Trailing on the night, trailing on aggregate. Flicked through. Martinez bumped and slowed down. Still Martinez. And this will be out for a goal kick. At least that was the initial signal. Let's take a look at this again. Martinez with the outside of his right foot. I think Martinez thought that went off the head of Kendall Waston. Miguel Vasquez was right on top of it and points for a goal kick. You can already see the difference that Martinez could make for Santa Lucia in this second half. David had to be quick on his feet. Cunha with his back to goal. Here's Siken, flipping this in. A bit too tall for Velasquez making the run. Cruz able to make the catch, but another close call there for this Saprissa back line. They'll definitely want to have to shore things up. The remainder of this match, still 40 more minutes to go. Here comes Saprissa. Now Saprissa will slow things down. Forcing Santa Lucia here to come out of their shape, put some pressure on, and I'm sure that's when Saprissa wants to hit this back line of Santa Lucia. David surveying. They're now going over the top. Eventually, Santa Lucia's patience pays off. Again, Waston there to cover. Bolaños. And now Guzman. Bolaños continues his run. The pass a bit too heavy. A little push to spring Santa Lucia into the attack. Acuña's up ahead. Here's the long shot. Cruz had to be careful. Wasn't taking any chances there, diving to his right, but able to see it go out of play. Bouncing a couple times on the surface, but not too far away for Jonathan Velasquez, who already has a goal to his name tonight. Velasquez has provided the pop off the bench for this Santa Lucia side in previous matches, and now will put this out of play. An injured player here for Saprissa is Jimmy Marine. Just need a little stretch, and now he's back to his feet. Played over the top. Ikute able to knock this off of Blanco. It should be a corner kick, and it is. Something positive here for Santa Lucia. Set pieces will be so important here in these final 35 minutes. They've already scored on one tonight. Conversation between Martinez and Cespedes. Now the in-swinger. Put into a good area. Cruz just has to tip this over the bar. An appeal for a penalty from a couple of Santa Lucia players. Not enough for Rubio Vasquez to point to the spot. They might have a shout there. Could have gone either way. Instead, another corner kick. Velasquez will take it again. Bouncing in and cleared away. Velasquez retrieves it and does get it back. Santa Lucia side, they are not backing down on the monster that is Saprissa.
That's good, Dad. That's good. That's good.
So it'll be another set piece opportunity for Santa Lucia. Bolaños going to back up a few more steps, taking baby steps. Velasquez now swings in, goes for goal, and it did take a deflection, and it's put out for a corner kick. It looked like he was trying to curl that in for a redirection towards goal. This needed no redirection. That was nearly in the top left corner. Not so sure Cruz got a touch on it, but Santa Lucia will take the good fortune. They are knocking on the door for another one. Another in-swinger. Powerful header to clear this away. And here comes Saprissa on the counter. Quickly shut down. Acuna picks it up. And switches the play again for Velasquez. He's been dangerous on dead balls tonight. Guzman able to win the ball back for Saprissa. And here they come into the attack. Potentially numbers here. It's 4-on-4. Colindres! And a big save from Valiente. Corner kick Saprissa. Some end-to-end action in this second half. Another look at the potential foul. I think Velasquez had a good shout. The referee awards the physical play. And Valiente, a valiant effort. A corner kick now for Saprissa. They'll take this quick. Curling in, Valiente makes the catch. We talked about not a lot of experience for Eden Valiente, 33 years old, his third season with Santa Lucia, but had only made 5 total appearances previous to this match tonight. Here's Colindres again towards the penalty spot and a bit behind his intended target, and picked up by Edwin Rivas. Now, Saprissa can calm things down here with Cruz. Looking for options, Bolaños. Green was making the run in field. They'll knock it out wide, low cross in, behind Colindres. Looks like Santa Lucia preparing another sub. De Leon taking off the ball. Foul behind the play. This will be the second sub of the night for Santa Lucia.
He doesn't need help. He doesn't need it.
It was Aubrey David who was fouled behind the play. Late challenge by Charles Martinez. And it is Jonathan Velasquez who will pass his captain's armband off. And it's Victor GUA. He made his Santa Lucia debut in the first leg of the preliminary round. The last 6 years with Coban Imperial. It has scored twice in 10 appearances in the league. As we reach the hour mark, it's 3-2 on the night to Saprissa. It's 5-2 on aggregate as well to the Costa Rican side. Rivas able to take this off Bolaños. GUA, first couple of touches since coming on. Wins a throw-in. And Rivas just goes right through Bolaños. Not too much of an argument, though, for the foul. It's knocked out. Another corner kick upcoming for Santa Lucia. This maybe not has been as easy for Mauricio Wright as he may have thought. But as Kendall Waston said coming in, they were not overlooking this opponent tonight. And they have gotten a good test. Even though they're in control on aggregate, they still want to win this game outright. Now the corner kick taken by Sequen into a good area, and Cruz makes a good save and able to just pop that right up to himself. The header just a bit too central in goal. That goes to either side of Cruz. You'd expect that to rattle the nylon, and we'd be level at 3. Santa Lucia, of course, it's an uphill battle, but they've already scored 2 tonight. Can they score a couple more? And they have to score 5 total tonight. And that's assuming Saprissa does not score for the remainder. It'll be another sub for Saprissa. And there's another look at the save. Cruz, that was right down the middle, that header. It's Yosimar Pemberton. His CONCACAF club competition debut. And it's Jimmy Marine who will make way. Strong performance from Marine. There is Pemberton, the 28-year-old. His first season with Saprissa. Last club, Guadalupe. Outswinger from Torres. David's header is out of play. Santa Lucia trying to find some space. Sequen. Victor GUA. Sequen plays it infield. Right through the middle, trying for the return. Over the top again. Ikute sends this in. An acrobatic effort. Goes for naught. Martinez. "25 minutes remain. Saprissa in the driver's seat. The winner will move on to take on Comunicaciones in the quarterfinals. Colindres leads the break. And 7 previous CONCACAF League matches on this field. Saprissa, they've never lost. They have drawn, they have not lost, however. This has been a good challenge for them tonight. They were able to assert their dominance early, getting the 2 early goals, going up 2-0. Extended their aggregate lead to 4-0 at the time, and it's since been, at least the margin has been cut by 1. Some physical play. Referee lets it go on. Colindres. Cespedes right down the middle at Valiente. And he'll distribute quick. Acuña's done a lot of running up top, putting pressure on these center backs. Aubrey David, Kendall Waston. Picked up by Pemberton. Low cross in, Colindres puts it wide. A great opportunity to find a 4th goal on the night for Saprissa. Service from Bolaños. Just got in the right position there. And this will be the substitution. Juan Osorio will be coming off. It'll be Erwin Morales, the 36-year-old, to come on. 3rd sub of the night for Santa Lucia, only their 2nd window used. It's Torres, and now Bolaños. Bolaños puts it wide. Another look at this. Unable to start that on target. Saprissa really starting to put the clamps on now. Starting to assert their dominance, and they try to see this out, but Santa Lucia not making it easy on them. Play still continues. And now it looks like a free kick. This will go the way of Santa Lucia. Cespedes was defending on the ground. So Cespedes picks himself back up and will have to defend this set piece. Santa Lucia setting up. He'll go for goal. Nothing to test Aaron Cruz. It's always going to be an ambitious effort from there. And Siken not able to keep it low enough. Guzman. Ahead for Pemberton. Options aplenty. It's Torres on his left foot, curling this in. And Valiente makes the catch and then distributes quick. That's the type of urgency Santa Lucia needs to play with in these final 20 minutes. Kawhi ran out of options. All he saw was maroon shirts. There is space, however, on the left for Edwin Rivas. He'll curl this in. It goes all the way through, and nobody gets a touch on it. Aside from Ricardo Blanco. Tried to carry it out there for Saprissa. Now Siken. Still going. Cutting in field, Siken. Lemos for De Leon. The cross, the header, and it goes wide. This is all very well worked by Santa Lucia. They are really giving Saprissa everything they can handle tonight. But just lacking a bit of that quality in the important areas. And another sub looks to be preparing for Saprissa. A lot of credit to Mario Acevedo and this Santa Lucia side. They may be the big underdogs, but they have come out tonight and put out a valiant performance. It looks to be Michael Barantes preparing to come on. To the end line, De Leon tries to cut it back on Aubrey David. David was not going to let that happen. Here it is again. Both players jostling for position. And here is the substitution. Michael Barantes will replace the captain, Mariano Torres. Scored from the spot tonight. Barantes will make his 31st CONCACAF club competition appearance. Colindres puts this in the middle. The shot is deflected and in. His first touch on the field. Michael Barantes extends the lead again for Saprissa. It's all fun and games tonight for the Costa Rican Monsters. Welcome to the game, Michael Barantes. That's about as efficient as you can get. Colindres did all the hard work to win the ball back. Barantes was not marked. Valiente did get a foot on it. But Barantes enough power behind it to beat the goalkeeper. He makes it 4-2 on the night. It's now 6-2 on aggregate. Flicked along again, Colindres, but Valiente had that one read. Final 15 minutes, and Saprissa, they are running away. 6-2 on aggregate. Played through the middle again, Colindres. The flag is up for offside. And another sub. It'll be Julian Cordero. And Christian Bolaños, another goal scorer, will make way. The final sub of the night for Saprissa. Cordero gets the final 14 minutes. Bump from behind. Turns into a Santa Lucia corner kick. Here's the in-swinger on the corner. The header is looping up and over the bar. Another look at it here. A looping header up and over the bar. And here are the two subs. Minor Pop and Javier Estrada. Who will finish this one out for Santa Lucia. Lemus and Sequen to check out for Santa Lucia. So all 5 subs have now been used by both sides. Pressure on Cruz, and a turnover. Victor GUA crossing this in, and Waston able to push it right back where it came from. GUA again, standing this up to the back post, the header, he's out of play. Isaac Acuna was waiting at the back stick again. You fancy him to score from these types of positions. He did earlier this match. Couldn't find the frame of goal on this attempt. Played forward, Colindres, gonna climb the back of the defender, taken by Valiente. Here comes Saprissa forward again. Dorantes, Colindres, able to stay on side. The shot is just wide. Cordero, one of his first touches since coming on, is just wide. Long ball over the top, nobody there. A gold shirt. Now Waston. Comunicaciones awaits Saprissa. There was a chance to be an all-Guatemalan quarterfinal. Instead, once again, be Costa Rica versus Guatemala. Another good opportunity for Guatemalan side to take out a Costa Rican side. Good challenge by Rivas. Gets that just right. Bouncing over the head of Pemberton. Rivas able to stick with it. Maybe a bit of a stiff arm there as well. Now the cross fired in and deflected out. Waston and David have done a lot of hard defending tonight, locking down some of these crosses, heading out some of these crosses as well. Martinez nearly deflected towards goal. Here's the in-swinger. Into a good area again. Be a second chance here. Another cross put forward. The referee will let this go on. He's trying to pick out the run on the far side, and not quite happening. Martinez weaving forward, trying to keep his balance as well. Eventually goes down. Cordero picks it up and will clear. And it's Colindres again leading the break. Some of the intrigue may have been taken out of this match once Saprissa scored those first two goals, but it has been easy on the eye tonight. I mean, neutral perspective and just looking at the 90 minutes. Back and forth, of course, plenty of goals to go around. Maybe not quite done yet. Barantes, Cordero, curling and wide. Blanco just stepping in as GUA went down. Final few minutes here. Martinez was cut down by Cordero. This will be a yellow card. So Cordero into the book. And it sets up a free kick. It's Rivas. And nothing to test Aaron Cruz. Cruz will send this downfield. 4 minutes to go. Trying to play this in behind. It's intercepted, and Santa Lucia can look upfield again. The Santa Lucia side over 10 matches in their domestic league play. They have been fantastic, 7-0-3. So these 2 losses in Concacaf League, their first 2 losses of the season, but they will bow out with their heads held high as they have put up quite the fight tonight against a side that could end up lifting the trophy at the end of this competition. Olympian Alajuelense out of the tournament. The Saprissa side. Still a long way to go, of course, and they'll have to get through Comunicaciones to reach Champions League, which, of course, would be a big goal achieved, but it's always nice to finish something out and be lifting the hardware, the silverware at the end. Weaving forward, and another shot dragged wide. Pemberton has found himself in a few dangerous positions tonight.
¡Abre la cancha el toque! ¡Yosimar ahora! ¡Yosimar abre la cancha!
Again, Colindres. Colindres putting across the face of goal. Pemberton will keep this in play. Top of the box, Guzman. It is saved by Valiente. Here they come again. Cespedes has to cut it back, and it was intercepted. Estrada, and then the foul. We'll send it to Santa Lucia as Minor Pop was brought down. And of course, Santa Lucia going quick. Minor Pop. Cross sent in, back post, and pushed away. And here comes Saprissa again in transition right at the end of the 90. Esperantes, who was cut off, and the referee will end it there. Saprissa's moving on to the quarterfinals of Concacaf League 2021. It was not easy on the night. Santa Lucia, a really tremendous performance, and I think you can see that from the acknowledgement of Mauricio Wright with the coaching staff of Santa Lucia. They played their hearts out tonight, which is not enough in the end to take down the Monsters of Costa Rica. So it's Saprissa going through 6-2 on aggregate, and on the night it finishes Saprissa 4, Santa Lucia 2. Full-time highlights from Estadio Ricardo Saprissa in San Jose, Costa Rica. Second leg, round of 16. Costa Rican side would take the early advantage. Orlando Sinclair is flicking this header past Eden Valiente in goal. Able to make it 1-0 on the night, 3-0 on aggregate at that point. Great service put in by Jimmy Marine, who was brilliant out wide tonight. And then they would keep on coming forward. Another one towards the back post. And this time, Christian Bolaños able to stab it home for 2-0 and 4-0 on aggregate. At that point, you really felt it would be an uphill battle for Santa Lucia, which it would be, but they would not go down without a fight. Good service to the far side for Mafre Akute. And Velasquez, that one maroon shirt couldn't mark two. Velasquez able to head it home to make it 2-1, just making it interesting, at least on the night. Made it 4-1 on aggregate. And then an unfortunate situation here just before halftime. Ball bouncing around and a handball. So Saprissa would go to the spot as you look at this again. Coming right off the right forearm. Easy decision from the referee. And slotted home by the captain, Mariano Torres, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. And then come the second half. Isaac Acuna off his chest and gets it by Cruz to make it 3-2 on the night. And Santa Lucia, they really played hard through the 90 minutes, but in the end, just not quite enough. And this is the first touch of the ball since coming on as a substitute. Michael Barrantes able to slot it home, and he gives Saprissa the 4-2 advantage, and that would be it. That would close the night out. The final goal out of 6. An entertaining 90 minutes. Saprissa advances. So that'll do it from Estadio Ricardo Saprissa in San Jose. For our entire crew, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. It's Saprissa moving on there. 4-2 winners on the night and 6-2 winners on aggregate.